Today we will discuss few questions. The first question is, assume that PA is equal to PB. Here PA means power set of set A is equal to power set of B. We are to show that set A is equal to set B. In order to show that A and B are equal sets, I'll show that A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. When A is a subset of B, it will imply that every element of set A is in the set B, and when B is a subset of A, it will imply that every element of B is in set A. So when these two hold, it means that A and B are exactly same. So I'll be showing A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. Yes, we know that every set is a subset of itself. So therefore, A will be a subset of A, and this will imply that A will belong to the power set of A, because power set of A is the set consisting of all the subsets of the set A. Now A is a subset of A, so definitely A will belong to the power set of A. But according to the question, power set of A and power set of B are same. That means they both contain the same elements. So if A belongs to power set of A, then A will also belong to power set of B, because both are same. If something is here, it will definitely belong to this set also. And now A belongs to the power set of B, and power set of B contains all the subsets of the set B. So if A belongs to power set of B, this implies that A is a subset of B. So we have shown this. Call this as 1. Now, similarly, B will be a subset of B, because every set is a subset of itself. So this will imply B will belong to the power set of B, because power set of B contains all the possible subsets of the set B. So if B is a subset of B, so definitely B will belong to the power set of B. But power set of B is same as power set of A according to the question. So therefore, if B belongs to this set, B will also belong to this, that is the power set of A. And power set of A is the collection of all the subsets of the set A. So if B belongs to this collection, this means that B is a subset of A, because only then it can belong to the power set of A. So from 1 and 2, we can conclude that A will be equal to B. Let's take another question. Let A and B be sets if A intersection X is equal to B intersection X is equal to phi. Here phi means null set. That means A intersection X is a null set and B intersection X is also a null set. And A union X is equal to B union X. for some set X. We are to show that A is equal to B. So we are to show that A is equal to B. Now look here. Can I write A as A intersection A union X? Yes, we can write. Suppose this is your set A, this is your set X. Their union will be this whole shaded region. So this represents A union X. Now A is this set. So if I compute A intersection A union X, that is the common portion. So what is the common portion in these two? I need to identify the portion where I get both the blue and the red lines. Yes, it is this portion. And it is nothing but the set A. So A intersection A union X is equal to A. Now, A will be equal to A intersection. Look here, I need to show that A is equal to B. So here I have got A. Now I have to introduce B here so that I can prove that A and B are same. I can find a relation between them if I can introduce B here. Now look here, according to the question, A union X is equal to B union X. So can I replace A union X with B union X? Yes. Now A is equal to, here it is intersection, here it is union. So I will apply distributive law of sets. So open the bracket, A intersection B union A intersection X. So A is equal to, now according to the question, A intersection X is equal to phi. So A intersection B union phi. Yes. What is the union of null set and this set? It will be A intersection B. Call this as 1. Now, similarly, I can write B as B intersection B union X. Same as this. So B is equal to B intersection. Yes, according to the question, B union X is equal to A union X. Now again applying the distributive law, B intersection A union B intersection X. Again B intersection is null set. So I'll get B intersection A union phi. Union of null set with any set is equal to the set itself. So B is equal to B intersection A, which can be written as A intersection B. Because B intersection A means common elements of B and A. So whether I write B intersection A or A intersection B, they both are same. So A is also equal to A intersection B and B is also equal to A intersection B. So therefore, from 1 and 2, we can conclude A is equal to B. Let's take another question. Let A, B and C be the sets such that A union B is equal to A union C and A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. Show that B is equal to C. It is similar to the previous one. Yes. As we did in the last question, I can write B as B is equal to B intersection A union B. Right? Now, B is equal to B intersection. According to the question, A union B is equal to A union C. So I write here A union C. Now I will use distributive laws. Open the bracket. B intersection A union B intersection C. Right? Now, according to the question, B intersection A is equal to A intersection C. So I'll write A intersection C in place of this union B intersection C. Now this can be written as C intersection A union C intersection B. I can change the order in intersection because ultimately we have to find out the common elements, right? So whether I say A intersection C or I say C intersection A, it means the same. Now, can I write this thing as C intersection A union B? Distributive law. Because now when you open the bracket, I'll get C intersection A union C intersection B. Now, A union B was equal to A union C. So I write here. So B will be equal to, yes, what is the intersection of C and A union C? This is A, this is C. Their union is this. So its intersection with the set C is the set C. So this is equals to C. So I'll get B is equal to C, hence proved. Let's take another question. Show that if A is a subset of B, then C minus B is a subset of C minus A. We are given that A is a subset of B and we need to show that C minus B is a subset of C minus A. Now, this set will be a subset of this if every element of this set is present in the set C minus A. So let X be any element in this set. So I'll show that this X which belongs to this set will also belong to C minus A. So X belongs to C minus B. That means X is present in C and X does not belong to the set B. So X belongs to C and yes, if X does not belong to the set B, then X cannot belong to the set A because A is a subset of B. Because if X will belong to A, then it has to be in B because every element of A is there in the set B. So if I am saying that X is not there in B, then it cannot be in the set A. Now, X is present in C and X is not there in A. Does this imply X belongs to C minus A? So, we started with any element in this set and we have shown that this element belongs to the set C minus A. This means that every element of this set is present in the set C minus A. So therefore, C minus B will be a subset of C minus A. Hence, proved.